Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be helping you to understand the packing fraction or packing efficiency of a face-centered cubic unit cell and a body-centered cubic unit cell. So, let us start with face-centered cubic unit cell. Now, as we have discussed in our previous video what packing fraction is, how to calculate it for a simple cubic unit cell, we'll be trying to go in a very similar way for this particular derivation also. We'll be trying to take in a very similar way. So for those students who are watching it for the very first time, my request is please watch the previous video on packing fraction and how to calculate it for a simple cubic unit cell so that this particular derivation becomes very much clear to you. Now, as we have discussed, drawing a diagram for such derivation is very much important so that you understand it in a much better way and you can explain it to the examiner in a very proper way. So if we see the diagram, it is the face-centered cubic unit cell where you can see the particles on the corners, 8 particles on the corner and 6 particles at the center of the face. Now, as we know that this is the open structure representation of a face-centered cubic unit cell where the particles or the spheres which you can see in figure A represent the center of the particle and not the particle itself. So if you try to represent the topmost face, which you can see in figure A as ABCD, if you try to represent the real representation of this topmost face, what you can see is something like this, where A, B and C and D you can see as now spheres, and what you can see in figure A is the center of the spheres. That is how we can relate, and you can clearly see the edge length A also in figure B. Now let us move into the derivation. Let R be the radius of the sphere and A be the edge length of the cube. As there are 4 spheres in face-centered cubic unit cell, now we know that in face-centered cubic unit cell there are 4 spheres. For those who don't know why a face-centered cubic unit cell has 4 spheres, again please watch the previous video where I have explained how actually a face-centered cubic unit cell has 4 spheres. Then it will be clear to you that why we are writing 4 spheres. Therefore, volume of 4 spheres, since there are 4 spheres, the volume of 4 sphere will be 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, because the volume of one sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. In FCC, the corner spheres are in touch with the face-centered sphere. So you can clearly see that in figure B that the corner spheres are in touch with the face-centered sphere. Therefore, the face diagonal, which you can see in figure A as well as in figure B, the AD, the line AD is the face diagonal. So that AD in figure B, you can clearly see that it is 4 times of R. The radius of A, the diameter of the center sphere, and the radius of D, which is equal to 4R. Okay, therefore, the face diagonal AD will be equal to 4R. Now, with respect to the same figure B, but from the right angle triangle ACD, which we can clearly see in figure B, AD will be equal to root over of AC square plus DC square from Pythagoras theorem. Now we know the value of AC as A, which is the edge length, and CD is also the edge length, and all the sides of a cube are same, so it will be root 2A. Therefore, what we know as AD is equal to root 2A and AD is equal to 4R also. So root 2A will be equal to 4R, or A will be equal to 4 by root 2R. So that will be the relationship of A and R for face-centered cubic unit cell, which will be very important for numerical problems also, where they give you the radius or the edge length and tell you to find the other variable. Now what we are calculating over here is the packing fraction. So we need to know what is the volume of the unit cell, what is the volume provided. So volume of the unit cell or the cube is nothing but A cube, which will be equal to 4 by root 2R, because A is equal to 4 by root 2R whole thing cube, which will be 64 by 2 root 2R cube. Number of spheres in FCC, just now what we have calculated is 4. So what we know is volume of 4 sphere will be 4 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. That will be Now, if we try to put this value in the definition of packing fraction or packing efficiency, percentage of space occupied by sphere, that is packing efficiency, is nothing but volume occupied by atoms present in the unit cell by volume of the unit cell. So remember that how much the atom occupy in the unit cell by the total given volume of the unit cell is nothing but the packing fraction, which if we multiply by 100, the percentage which we get is packing efficiency. So if we put the values, so volume of the sphere, okay, that is the volume of the atom present in the unit cell, volume of the cube, which means the volume of the unit cell, multiply by 100. So volume of the sphere will be 16 by 3 pi r cube, and volume of the cube will be 64 by 2 root 2 r cube into 100. Okay, so if we do or simplify that, what we get is 74%. That means 74% of the space in a face-centered unit cell is occupied by atom. So if 74% is occupied by atom, how much is remaining empty? Is 100 minus 74, which gives you 26%. So 26% of the space is empty in face-centered cubic unit cell. So in a very similar way, let us move into body-centered cubic unit cell. So again, let us draw the figure of a body-centered unit cell where you can see the 8 corner atom and 1 center atom. Then if we draw that line AD, I'm just drawing that line AD. Remember that in a body-centered cubic unit cell, the center sphere, which you can see in figure A, the center sphere touches all the sphere on the corners. So the center sphere will be in touch with the sphere on the corners, all the 8 spheres. So if it will be touched with the 8 spheres on the corner, it can be understood that the center atom will be touched with the atom A and atom D. So if it is in touch with atom A and D, then what we can see is, if we draw that line, the actual representation, then A is the center of the first sphere, then we have the middle sphere, and then we have the sphere D. And if that line, that AD, if we try to see what is that, that is nothing but comes out to be equal to 4R, as we have done in face-centered cubic unit cell. So let us start the derivation. Let R be the radius of the sphere and A be the edge length of the cube. As the spheres at the center touches the sphere at the corner, always remember that in the body-centered cubic unit cell, the sphere at the center touches all the spheres on the corners, all the 8 spheres or the atoms. The body diagonal, therefore the body diagonal is AD. You can clearly see in figure A. The line AD is the body diagonal. So it will be equal to, AD will be equal to 4R, which you can see in figure B clearly, that AD is equal to 4R. Face diagonal AC, which you can see in figure A, face diagonal AC will be equal to root over of AB square and BC square from the triangle ABC. By applying Pythagoras theorem, we can easily understand that, and what we get is root 2A. Again, we can take another triangle ACD. In figure A, you can clearly see ACD, right angle triangle. AD is the hypotenuse. So it will be equal to root over of AC square plus CD square. Just now what we have calculated AC as root 2A. So we'll put that value. We get 2A square plus CD will be A square, which gives us root 3A. So if we know, or if what we have calculated, root AD is equal to root 3A and AD is equal to 4R, which we can clearly see. So if we equate that, what we get is root 3A is equal to 4R. So A will be equal to 4R by root 3. Now, volume of the unit cell, as we have discussed, it will be A cube. Now, we know the relationship between A and R. So I am substituting the value 4R by root 3, whole thing cube. So it will give me 64 R cube by 3 root 3. Number of sphere in BCC is equal to 2. Again, if you have any doubt in that, please watch the previous video how to calculate the number of atoms in a body-centered cubic unit cell. How do we get 2? So if there are 2 unit cells, two atoms. So the number of volume of two spheres will be 2 times of 4 by 3 pi r cube. So what will be the percentage of space occupied by spheres? That is nothing but packing efficiency, as we have learned the definition. It is volume occupied by atoms present in the unit cell by volume of the unit cell into 100. So if we put the value, so volume occupied by the atoms in the unit cell will be equal to 8 by 3 pi r cube. It is nothing but 2 times of 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of the unit cell is nothing but 64 r cube, 3 root 3, just now what we have calculated, multiplied by 100. If we simplify that, if we calculate that, what we get is 68%. So if 68% of the space is occupied, how much is empty? It will be 32%. So that is how we calculate the packing efficiency of a face-centered cubic unit cell and a body-centered cubic unit cell. So if we try to summarize this, so what we have calculated in our previous video, for a simple cubic unit cell, A is equal to twice R. These relationships are very important for your board exam point of view, or even for your entrance examination point of view. Many questions are asked with actually relating to this particular relationship. So A will be equal to twice R, and packing efficiency for simple cubic unit cell is 52.4%. For face-centered cubic unit cell, A is equal to 4 by root 2 R, and it is 74% packing efficiency. And body-centered cubic unit cell is A is equal to 4 R by root 3, and packing efficiency is 68%. From here, we can say that the face-centered cubic unit cell is the most efficient way of packing. So that is how we calculate the packing efficiency of various type of unit cell. So thank you everyone. Keep watching the videos for explanation on various topics in chemistry. Thank you.